Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, hello, hello. It is wonderful to be able to connect with you, to be able to say hi, what is happening, what's going on with you. Blessings, blessings, blessings to you, and you. For those of you who will be live, thank you. Thank you. Let's play. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have a good time. Let's have a marvelous time this morning. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, I love taking care of our business, taking care of ourselves, doing what works for us, when it works for us, how it works for us. For those of you who will, good morning, Twanda. Good morning. Welcome. For those of you who will be on, and I don't know you're on, and may never know you on. Yes, 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 and yes. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point in time down the road, when you let me know that you benefited from this, I'm grateful for you. Grateful, 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 grateful. So, Judith, good morning, Judith. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, beloved, this morning we are talking about this notion of living eccentrically. Living eccentrically. And shoot, I thought I had, let me get the, someone to put the definition in the chat, portion of a definition in the chat so that we can see it. So, living eccentrically, non-competitive, not in need of reassurance or reinforcement from society, unusual in their eating habits and living arrangements, not particularly interested in the opinions or company of other people. Now, there's some parts to it that could really benefit us. There's some parts. Good morning, Dorian. Good morning. That could really benefit us. One of our, like if you watch human dynamics and behavior, one of the things that keep us limited in exploring and trying and in creating and showing up really is this notion of being concerned about what other people think, being concerned about what others might say. Whereas if we choose, like if we lean more towards eccentricity, being eccentric, living more eccentrically, then we'll need less reassurance. Like if it feels good to us, if it feels right for us, if it works for how we're created to show up in the universe, then we'll just go for it. Right? As opposed to, I wonder if so-and-so will be okay if I do that. I wonder how they might feel about me if I say that. I wonder if, people who live eccentrically. So the research supports that these people live longer. They rarely go to the doctor, but they have fewer ailments, fewer challenges, physical challenges, and they're generally healthier. And so consider this, that we could be healthier with less worrying less about what people think about us. Like there's a positive correlation. The less we think about what people say, as that increases, the healthier we are, the fewer we are, because of course our stress level is lower. Good morning, Sherry Naylor. Welcome. Because our stress level is lower, right? If we're in our head, I wonder if I want to do this, but I can't because if they this and perhaps this and we'll take one step forward and take a step back, peek out, test the waters, litmus test. This work? Are they okay with me if I, that's stressful, y'all. Beloved, that's stressful. People who are eccentric move to the beat of their own drum. Move to the beat of their own drum, right? They move to the beat of their own drum. Now, there's some parts of the definition that doesn't necessarily work for me because I am interested in the company of other people. So I'm saying some qualities of being eccentric, not all the way based upon this definition, but I like the idea of moving to the beat of our own drum. I like the idea of checking with ourselves and I believe in cooperation, but I don't believe in what would be a word. We're so cooperative that we've lost who we are, right? We're so cooperative that we're no longer ourselves. So it's like I remember once in a sociology class. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, sis. In a sociology class, and we were talking about how it is for people coming to America, and there was an expectation of assimilation. There's an expectation that people would come and they would assimilate into the culture. So as opposed to that, eventually there was this concept of the salad bowl, not so much assimilation, but the salad bowl, because if you put assimilation is like soup, right? You put it into the mix and you just become a part of the bigger part. But this is more like a salad, whereas your part still remains its whole and it just adds to the salad. It adds to the dish. And so, what would it be like, beloved, to live more like a salad than a soup? Right? The soup just becomes and melds into the new. But the salad, it just enhances, right? It adds to, but every part keeps its, mm, its whole. Every part keeps its whole and just adds to the whole of the salad. So when we live more from a place of eccentricity, we're eccentric, more in that direction. Lean into that direction, right? Not all the way, because whereas there's some tremendous benefits, there also, I believe, is a cost to the collective, right? There's a cost to the collective because if I, as the definition says, if I'm not particularly interested in the opinion of other people, that is beneficial, right? To a certain point, that we're not driven by, we're not limited by, we're not hindered by, we're not hampered by, we're not imprisoned by, we're not held hostage by. Do you see? See, we often are too often, more often than not, are hindered by the opinion, other people's opinion of us, what they might think. And so I'm going to put it because I'm not sure if everybody, if when people come in, they'll always be able to see it. But when we think about people, so our topic today is living eccentrically. What would that be like for you? What would that be like for you? What would that provide for you? What would it offer you? What would it bring in your direction? What would it allow for you to live more eccentrically, to lean in that direction? And so those are people who wear what they want to wear, eat what they want to eat, go where they want to go, do what they want to do, And they're not swayed by people's looks, by people's questions, by people's opinions, by people's approval or disapproval, by likes or dislikes. They're just not swayed. They like what they like. They move to the beat of their own drum. Move to the beat of their own drum. They move to the beat of their own drum. Move to the beat of their own drum. They move to the beat of their own drum. Move to the beat of their own drum. Right? I know my husband told me that I'm a bit eccentric. He said, you kind of eccentric. I was like, and whatever. And I get that, right? I get what he said. There are some things, I have some eccentric qualities. That would be me, right, Brian? Right? Right? And I'm hoping that more of us can embrace more of those qualities, more of those eccentric qualities. Because what it will do, think about this. If we could lean a little bit more in that direction, we would. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, sis. If we can lean more in that direction, so think about a person, and we can think about it almost at any age. But if you think about a person who is, considerate of other people, but not imprisoned or limited by other people, who would take information for their benefit, leverage it, but not be imprisoned by it, who would ask for an opinion, but be okay to not take it if it doesn't fit. Like who can hear difference, but not feel like they're now obligated because they've heard someone else's thought on their life. Good morning, Devira L. Robinson is in the house. So what would it be like, beloved, to lean in the direction of the individual who's a little bit more eccentric, non-competitive, not in need of reassurance or reinforcement from society? What would it be like to live more like that, where I'm okay? Like, one of the things about me that I learned, it is vital that I have the opportunity to fail. It is vital that I have the opportunity to try and see. It's like that's a part of my well-being, that, and it's funny because I got glimpses of it. I got glimpses of it at different places in life, but I didn't realize what it was, right? I didn't realize what it was. It's like, when people do for me what I can and really need to try for myself, when that opportunity is taken away from me, it doesn't feel good at all. I mean, it feels really not good, really not good. And it took me a minute to figure that out, and once I realized what was happening, I was like, oh, this was that. This is why I responded to that back then, and this is why I like to try. I like to see. I like to experiment. I like to go to my limits. I like to get to the point of realizing, oh, you don't want this, you don't like this doesn't work for you, or you need to tweak this, or you really love this, I need that explorative freedom to discover more about me. And when people do for me what I can and really need to do for myself, then that feels robbed from me. And so in a sense, I like to be able to kind of check out the bumper rails, to hit the bumper rails. Like, I don't want a linear life. I don't want to just go straight from A to B. Like, here it is, here it is, here it is. No, because I don't learn more about me if I do that. I don't learn more about me. And so again, 2020, and starting in, my new adventure began in 19 when I walked away from my job, retired from 36 years of employment. 36 years. It was wonderful. I don't have no complaints. I mean, I have some suggestions and some corrective, what is it, constructive criticisms, but I don't have no complaints because it blessed me to be able to, be there for 36 years now. Now, um, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm very grateful. Well, I think I was just talking about I know what I was talking about. That I changed. That began a new journey of me going into foreign territory, into places and things and situations that were something otherworldly. Otherworldly. It really was. And so I'm so totally grateful for those lived experiences, many mistakes, many. I made many mistakes during that time. But every time I learned what didn't work. I got closer to what did work. Every time I learned what didn't work for me, I got little bit closer to what did work for me. Every time. And uh, so I'm so totally grateful for the opportunity to um, live a little bit more eccentrically. So that's what I'm inviting you to. Think about what it would be for you. And I don't know, I'm saying this was what works for me. First of all, let me give a disclaimer. Every time I'm talking, I am not saying this is the only way. I'm never saying that. That's foolishness. I'm not saying I have the right answer for everybody. But for some people, what Papa has given me to champion works, and it helps to make life better and more fulfilling. And if that's you, then wonderful. If it's not you, then wonderful, right? I'm just saying this is the message that Papa has given me to share, and that I am to show up with this message no matter what. No matter what. And so that has me walking around. Here's some of my eccentric ways. I will dance. I will move to the rhythm of the beat almost no matter where I am. Unless it's really disruptive and inappropriate, then I won't. But almost any other time, if the music starts and I feel it, this body is going to move. The head is going to move, probably going to sing to and people stare. I'm okay with stares. I'm going to do that. I carry pom-poms everywhere I go, especially when I travel, but I'm carrying pom-poms everywhere I go, eccentric. I really like when I see something that I like in another person, a stranger, I generally tell them, I really like your dimples. Your dimples are gorgeous. I love your hair. I know the drums, right? Especially when I hear the drums. I know it's you know what? It takes more effort to not be me, right? It takes more effort to not be me, right? It takes more effort to not be me. It takes more effort to hide me. It takes more effort to subdue me. It takes more effort. I just don't want to use the effort. I'm not in competition with anyone. I just want to be a better version of me, a fuller version of me, a truer version of me, a higher version of me. I don't want to it's tiresome to look across the aisle and say, I wonder where they at now. How close am I? How far am I? Oh my God, that's frustrating. It's tired. It's imprisoning. It's limiting. I just don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to care about what the other company is doing. Like, how are we compared to the other company? Who cares? How am I compared to me? How am I compared? The other company don't have what I have. I'm not built like the other company, and I'm competing. I'm an apple and I'm fighting with an orange. We all fruit. Let's just do our part. Let's just do our part. Not in need of reassurance. Like, I like when people like what I'm doing. I like when it benefits other people. But if I need it, I like the applause, but if I need the applause, that's something different. It's okay to like the applause. It's okay to benefit from the applause. It's not okay to need the applause. Never betray yourself. Be authentic. Amen. Yes, 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 and yes. Right? And unusual. Well, y'all know I just did a year of the master cleanse. I guess I am a little unusual in my eating habits. Ooh-wee. And living arrangements. Yeah, I guess I can see some unusual stuff there. Not particularly interested in the opinions of others. I'm okay with it, but I'm not. Everybody have a right to their own opinion. Like, you don't ever have to tell me that somebody so-and-so said this about you, like in a negative way or whatever. You don't have to tell me. Like, if you need to set the record straight while you're there, it's okay. You can do that, right? If they need some new information, like they've gotten some incorrect information, they formed an opinion, without the, whole thing, and the whole, you can offer that to them. I would do that, right? I would say, "Oh, you know what? That hasn't been my experience. Tell me how you've experienced that. What was that? What happened? Oh, wow, that's interesting because that hasn't been my experience." Okay, but I do understand that different chemistries bring out different. You have different reactions with different chemistries, right? You do. So but I don't have to defend. Like, you don't have to defend me. You don't ever have to defend me because my life defends itself. That's a mic drop right there, right? You don't have to defend me. My life defends itself. Right there, right there. I live that way. My life speaks its own truth, right? My life speaks its own truth. And I live from that vantage. So I don't have to fight with people who think differently. Like, it's okay. Like, have at it. You have the right to your own. You have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to it, beloved. So let's make sure that I'm inviting all of us, right, to go to drcatherineejames.com and go to the website, beloved. Go to the website. And join the More Love Please movement. Join the movement. Okay. Can y'all tell I'm a little tired, a little sleepy today? It's like I didn't get enough rest or something. So go to drcatherinejames.com, click on More Love Please. When you get there, it's going to tell you what to do once you get there. So let's be in action. Step 1, step 2 is laid out for you. Scroll on down, click on the add to the cart. Do the monthly, do the 150 sponsorship. Do them all, do them all, do them all. All right. So I invite you to be a part. For those of you who are join the mailing list too, let me bring that back up. If you join the mailing list, join the mailing list. I didn't mean to do that. Join the mailing list and you will get the where is the thing at? Anyway. Oh, here we go. If you join the mailing list, you will get the man, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Oh, yeah, I think this will work. Yeah. So if you click here and join the mailing list, then you'll get our announcements and things like that let you know what we're doing. So click here to the left to become a part of the movement. Join the movement. Click here to the right to join the mailing list. Yes, 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 and yes. Thank you very much. I got some comments in here. Are you starting class tomorrow or next week? Girl, tomorrow, the holiday. Oh, not tomorrow. I didn't even realize it was the holiday. Next week. Thank you. Didn't look at the calendar, didn't realize it was the holiday tomorrow. Don't want to be teaching on the 4th of July. I want people to enjoy themselves. Everyone have a good day. Stay hydrated, safe, and always be mindful of your surroundings. Thank you, Brenda. I love you. I love you. I'm still sleepy too. I know, right? I know. Everyone have a wonderful. I will not be on tomorrow. I will not be on. Give myself the holiday breaks unless it's something I want to do differently. But like I might come on during the day, but I'm not gonna be up on the 4th of July. I was not coming tomorrow. That's why I asked. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. I know, right? Me either, Devera. Me either. I wasn't coming tomorrow either. All right. I love y'all. I love y'all. And at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. We just don't have the right to not be amazing. I love you so. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.